Welcome to Flight Provider's First Jump Course Ground School online. This is how the video presentation will be organized. In black, you will have general information, which is so important to go over, but not as important as the extremely important information, which will be highlighted in red. And then we will have green action items that you will either take action in or you will ask an instructor at your drop zone to show these items to you. And then we'll also cover some review items along the way. First, I want to go over some basic drop zone rules that will apply to most drop zones you will be visiting. First, no pets, no unsupervised children, and of course no drugs. We also do not allow anyone to consume alcohol during skydive operations. Also, no smoking or vaping in the hangar or in any of the equipment, as some of the ashes and smoke can damage the equipment that you may be wearing or be around. Skydiving is a voluntary activity. By signing the waiver, you agree to be responsible for all aspects of the skydive. The instructors are there to assist you and provide feedback, but ultimately you will make all of the decisions. This means that if an instructor or anyone else gives you instructions during the skydive, it is your job to evaluate what they are telling you and decide whether or not it is the correct action to take. Ultimately, you are responsible for your own skydive. Alright, let's get to the fun stuff. The FAA, regulations, materials, and documentation. Well, I guess the fun stuff starts on the next slide. Anyway, the Federal Aviation Administration oversees skydiving as they do all aviation activity in the U.S. They do have a specific section related to skydiving regulations called Part 105. If you are interested in reading that, just Google for CFR Part 105. There is also a United States Parachute Association. The USPA administers training materials, licenses, and ratings. You will also need to be familiar with the Skydiver's Information Manual, often called the SIM. You can download the SIM for free at the USPA website. They also have physical copies that you can purchase. There are some rules that you need to be familiar with before we start. First, no jumping through or close to clouds. This is an FAA regulation. Also, for student jumps, winds must be less than 14 miles an hour. And if you're just starting on jumps 1 through 5 or 6, the wind limitations will be even lower, probably closer to less than 10 miles an hour. Also, no student jumps at night or dusk. All student jumps must be completed 30 minutes prior to sunset. This means that if you come out to skydive and there are clouds in the sky, we may not be able to jump. It also means that you may see other jumpers skydiving in higher winds than 14 miles an hour if they already have their skydiving A license.